Hey, I am here in Plumas State Park at the Jamison Mine Trailhead. Going to be hiking up to Grass Lake and Wades Lake today to do some fishing. I was supposed to be here a month ago for my last backpacking trip, but there was too much snow, so we ended up going to the Trinity Alps instead. I'm gonna just be day hiking up here today, and I've never gotten a proper video of it, so perfect opportunity. Enjoy. It's another bluebird day up in Plumas County. Great day for hiking. So the first half mile of this trail has all these stone steps, but sure is a lot easier without a 40-pound pack on. Alright, we just arrived at our first stop of the day, which is Grass Lake. It's kind of hard to see from the trail, but maybe from this meadow up here. Mount Washington over there. We are heading up to Wades Lake, right about there. It's so nice to be back. This is the lakes basin where I learned how to backpack. And in fact, this is where I first became aware of the concept of backpacking. We would hike up here from the state park when I was a kid and see the fire rings at the dispersed campsites, and I was like, holy crap, you can camp up here. And it forever ruined car camping for me. If we would have been here about a month later, this meadow just would have been full of flowers. It's still nice. So there is a shorter, more direct route to Wades Lake that we passed earlier, but this route is much easier, a little more scenic, not straight uphill, stunning views the whole way. That is the view looking back towards Grass Lake. You can just barely make out Rock Lake through that gap there, and that's Mount Elwell. Alright, we just arrived at Wades Lake. I'm approaching my old campsite right now. So here's my old campsite. Tent spot here. That's my hammock spot right by the water. Wades Lake. Well, that was a great day at Wades Lake. There were 7 of us up there and everybody caught at least 1 fish. Had a great time. It was starting to get kind of windy, so we're making our way back down to the state park, and we're gonna hike down the way that we didn't hike up. So I'll show you the views on the way down. So I had mentioned earlier that I was supposed to go backpacking up here a month ago, but there was still too much snow. The plan for that trip was that we were gonna go to Smith Lake, and then from there up and over Mount Elwell to the PCT camp up above Wades Lake. And then we are gonna spend a night or two at Wades and or Jamison Lake on the way down from there. That is still on the books, probably for next year at this point. So stay tuned for a video of that, probably sometime next summer. In the meantime, next up, me and my good buddy Kyle are gonna fly up to Washington in August and go backpacking in the Goat Rocks wilderness with my nephew and one of his friends. So stay tuned for that as well. We are on our way back to the campground. Gonna get a fire going and cook up those trout. Today was a fun day. Thanks for watching.